I struggled with accountability. I realized I wasn't being honest with myself because the truth is, most of the time, no one's watching. I'm really making this to remind myself in those moments when I don't want to do the thing that I know will impact my future the most. You know, I always think and I kind of tell myself that ultimately, if you don't want to do this for yourself, if you're not doing this for your family, then do it for your future self. Will your future self thank you for the work that you're going to put in today? And if that's the case, continue to make the next step forward. Why I struggled. I realized something about myself. I wasn't actually being honest. I would say I'm working on something, but I had no proof of it. And what I've come to understand, if that something isn't trackable, if you're not able to see what you're doing day to day, there's no way to know if you're actually improving on what you want to do, or to know that you're actually doing the work that you set out to accomplish. So I define work as any activity that moves you down the path to the goal that you want to achieve. If it doesn't move you toward that goal, then it's not work. It's not actually the work that you need to do. As an example, right? I'm making these YouTube videos, and the most difficult thing and the work that is to be done is to film myself recording this video right now, right? But the hard part is, it's so easy to get clouded by looking on YouTube and looking at ChatGPT and to ask them, and hey, how do I make this video? How do I structure the video? How do I make the outline of the video? All those things are important, and that's the education behind what you do. That's not the work. And I think oftentimes I dilute myself because I think in my own head, I'm like, no, what are you talking about? I watched a video on how to edit a video. I know how to make thumbnails. I learned about scripting and outlining. Those are great things. Those are tools so that you can do the work, but they aren't the work itself. I think oftentimes I get clouded by that. And I'm here making this video so that I can unstick those things, and I can make sure that in the times that I'm struggling, to make sure that the focus is in the right place. So now that we know what work is, now we need to talk about how to make sure you're getting the actual work done. So education is a big part of it. So the first thing that I started to do is to realize, listen, the first couple times you do something, you're supposed to suck at it. It's not supposed to be good. It's not supposed to necessarily be fulfilling. It should be awkward and weird. That's how you know you're doing the right thing. Because how could you be perfect? How could you be right on the first time? There's no way to know. There's no way to be perfect on your first run through. It's impossible. So setting the stage is by understanding what starting looks like. It's not watching videos. It's not reading about the content. It's doing the actual content itself. The awkward part. Pressing where it hurts. Now, to do this, here's basically what I've been setting out to do. I have my work that I'm doing, and I just started I whipped up an Apple Note, created a fresh folder, and I essentially just started writing out all of the weaknesses that I had for any particular skill. So right now, I'm in the background trying to work on singing for better vocal projection, better enunciation, and I'm writing out all the things that I'm able to work on, right? I'm writing out breath control toward the end of lines, because my singing kind of tapers off. Or I lose, by the time that I'm done singing maybe a certain line, I'll be out of breath. I have sliding notes, so my vocals tend to go up or down in pitch as I'm moving through a particular word. Projecting my voice forward in my mouth instead of resonating nasally. And those are some of the key things that I'm working on, right? So now that I have those listed out, I can do the education that I need to learn how to fix all those things. I'm aware of it, and being self-aware of your shortcomings is part of the learning that you need to do. The second aspect is starting to do the work. So now we know when it's hard, that's how we know we're doing the right thing. When I find myself avoiding a certain task, that's when I know that's what the stuff that I'm supposed to be doing. And instead of turning away from it, which is I often do, it's to look toward it and to keep moving forward. Now, the other aspect is to make that work that you do as valuable as possible, because the reality is it's going to suck. It's not going to be good, right? It's not going to be good, but that's okay. That for me, that's the point. It's not supposed to be good. Now I have that frame in my head. And that's where I start looking back at whatever I'm doing. And the point is, you need to have something that you can actually track. If I care about it, I need to be able to track it. Why do I need to be able to track it? Because I'm able to reflect back on it. How do I know if I'm fixing or strengthening the weaknesses that I set out? So what I do is find a way to track it. If it's YouTube videos, every YouTube video is basically one experience point toward me getting better at my goal, right? If I'm singing, every time I sing a song, I'm getting experience points to becoming a better singer. In order to track it, I find there's a couple ways you can do it. You can write down your performance after every single video, after every single song, and note down the things you'd want to fix. Note down the things that you decided that you were improving. Find an app to track it, right? With working out, you can use something like the Strong app or the Heavy app, and you can track every single workout. That's how you know that you're improving over time. It needs to be trackable. So I'm tracking my YouTube videos. One video is 1 point, right? If I'm doing singing, one song is 1 point. And if you want to be a master at something, you need at least 10,000 hours to do it. So for me, I know I have 10,000 hours. That's a long time to go. I can't waste time doing random, useless learning information if it's not geared toward the task that I wrote down. If it's not part of the weaknesses that I'm trying to grow, I move it aside and I make sure to continue to focus on the activities which give me the most value for the time that I spend on them. Because the reality is, I've literally spent probably maybe close to 10,000 hours on just watching content on how to make YouTube videos. Watching content on how to motivate people, how to educate people. I've only probably done right now 40 minutes of work to make a YouTube video. From ball game. And this is going to move me toward my goal. It's the same thing with singing. Singing is going to move me toward my goal, right? Singing is going to move me toward my goal of being a better singer. Not looking at songs, listening to music, watching people on YouTube sing really well. So keeping the focus, keeping yourself accountable, and reminding yourself is incredibly important. Another thing that I've done is I've actually found the community, right? I'm trying to build my own business. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to have an audience of people that listen to me, that follow me, and I want to give back and I want to help people. To do that, I've never done it before on a large scale, let alone on YouTube on camera, which is super weird for me. But I know the work I need to do, and sometimes when it does get hard, you don't have to do it alone. You don't have to be alone. I don't want to be alone in doing this. So one thing I'm doing is you find a community. Find a group of people that have the same value as you, that want the same thing as you, that might be in the same place as you, and you can do it together. Do it alongside each other. When you have a sense of community, for me, it's making me feel happy that I'm not alone, that when the work gets tough, there's someone I can go to for questions if I have them. But sometimes just the mere aspect of having a community is important. Being in a shared space kind of keeps you motivated. It's like that thing, like how many, you are the average of the 5 people that you're around, right? So if you're trying to embark on something new, if you're trying to do something no one in your friend group is doing, the only way for you to grow, or to really see growth and change in those hard slumps, is to be around people that have the same mindset, people that are on the same mission as you, right? So I'm doing something where I got to be a part of that community, and it keeps me accountable to keep going forward, even when no one's looking. Anyway, that's all the time I have. I need to get to work. I'll talk to you guys later.